Hi, it's Coach JVick on another episode of Comeback Kid. Today I have an amazing story of a young lady from Harrah, Oklahoma, Meredith Williamson, and she has an amazing story of perseverance coming back not once, but twice. Let's get this young lady on the show and let's talk about her journey getting back to the court of playing the basketball, the game that she loves. Good morning, Meredith. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Well, tell us a little bit about, I've already kind of introduced you, but tell us a little bit who you are and then where you're from.
Yeah, well, my name is Meredith Williamson. I'm from Harrah. I'm a senior this year at Harrah High School. I've played basketball since I can remember, like my whole life. I also play soccer. I played soccer for a long time too. A couple years ago, freshman year, I had an injury during soccer season that set me back. Um,
What
two
was your
years
injury?
actually. Um, During soccer season, I started having some hip pain, and it wasn't really uncommon. I've had hip pain for like all my life since I was young, and we thought at first it was just like a strain, overworking my muscles and stuff. But we realized after some MRIs and testing and stuff that I tore my labrum, and
Okay.
on top of that, I also have really severe hip dysplasia that we never knew about. So, in order for my doctors to fix my labrum, they had to also break my pelvis and rotate it
Ooh.
around. Yeah, a whole bunch of crazy stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now I know your story, obviously being your coach but you flew to Denver to see
Yes.
a specialist, and the young lady or doctor you saw also worked with a lady that was in the Olympics. Is that right?
Yeah, my doctors, there's two of them, Dr. Swan and Dr. White. They're kind of like a team. They do all these surgeries together. They work with a lot of different like professional athletes or just regular, young kids like me or older
Mhm.
women, older men that have these problems. Yeah, they work with a lot of different people.
Okay, now, it's kind of like everything kind of goes in, I don't know, in circles.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of young ladies or athletes now coming with hip problems as far as labrums or fractures or anything of that nature.
Mhm.
They give you any idea, any information of, how that occurs, or just a birth defect and just your body alignment, or what?
Yeah, so I don't think it's super uncommon for people to be born with hip dysplasia, but it goes unnoticed. Like whenever kids are, babies and stuff, it's not
Hmm.
really something doctors like look at. So later in life, they start having problems and they finally realize and then it's something that they have to get fixed or else hip replacements are gonna happen a lot earlier, So
Wow.
yeah.
Well, now you came back from the first one. The first one was, I believe, 9 months. Is that right?
Yeah, I was right about 9, 10 months whenever I was
Okay.
finally able to get back to playing. Um, that summer I was able to play some school ball during June and then July life period stuff. And then preseason I was able to get after a little bit. And then unfortunately right before season started, I was having more pain, like pretty severe pain. So I had to get my screws removed that they put in my hip from that first surgery. And set me back again a little bit.
So, do you have any parts still in your body? Are you still like the bionic woman or anything like that?
No, it's all removed now. I still have them,
Oh,
but they're not
all
in me
right. I didn't know if
anymore.
we had to have a certificate when we go through airport security and when you
No,
set
I
off the
was
alarms.
yeah, I was
Did you
kind of
set them
nervous
off
for
when
a
you went to
couple.
Denver?
No, I had to tell them. I was like, if it goes off, I just have screws. That's all.
They're like, sure you do, sure you do. Security check right here, this young lady right here. So, well, it's an amazing story that you have of perseverance. I mean, not only once but twice to come back from injury. And be so close that some people come back the second time and they don't go through the whole process. Something happens, but you went through the whole process, and and I know that you started having some irritation, some swelling, and hurting, and then you got set back again
Hmm.
for almost your junior year. So,
Yeah.
you know, uh, what did you learn, as a player, as a, uh, I almost say, actually, my assistant coach almost, you were on the bench so much with us.
Yeah.
What did you learn your sophomore and junior year as far as the game of basketball? I mean, some people get injured and they're so they're like, I mean, you
Hmm.
were involved. I mean, you were keeping stats for us. You were doing book. I mean, uh,
Yeah.
what did you learn about that during that period of time?
I learned so much, like more than I ever thought I would know about basketball. It was really hard for me to sit and watch, my best
I
friends, my
bet.
teammates go play, but I'm really thankful I got to sit on the bench and listen to my coaches, um, I don't know, I feel like I became a better ball player even just while sitting and watching, and even at practices and stuff, learning what it's going to be expected of me whenever I
Mhm.
am back out there. I feel like I
Well,
became a whole new person really learning.
well, I can tell you, folks, this young lady, she wasn't sitting at the scores table. I mean, she was up, involved, cheering, clapping, passing when she could. I mean, Meredith was involved in all aspects of practice except for actually getting on the floor. But I can tell you, like I said, that's why I was like, I do have another assistant. You know, I had Coach Allen, Coach Schwartz, and then I got Coach Williamson over here who's sitting as like a grad assistant almost. You know, so what were you telling yourself mentally? I mean, what can you share with young players that are going through that? That you know what. Um, for 2 years you sat and
Yeah.
you didn't play, and some people would have just checked in and checked, so I'm done, forget about it. What advice can you give a young lady that's going through that struggle?
Yeah, well, I just kept telling myself that I know it's all a part of a plan. It's all happening for a reason. It's only going to make me stronger. I really had to remind myself that even though sports have always been a big part of who I am, they don't define me. Like, it's
Hmm.
not the only thing I am. So I really had to remind myself that everything happens for a reason. It's going to make me stronger, and that it's not who I am. It's just a big part of me, and I'm just blessed to be able to be a part of it, even through the injury.
What was your rehab like? I mean, give me a day of life of Meredith
Yeah.
rehab.
Well, even before my surgery started, whenever I first had my consultations and everything with my doctors, they gave me exercises to do to try and build my muscles before surgery. So I started, I started PT even before I even
Hmm.
had the surgeries. And then as soon as I had surgery, right after, like 3 days later, I was on the PT table, getting looked at. Then I finally flew back home from Denver. I would go to PT I think 3 times a week, and
Yep.
then I would skip school that I could make it back for practice. Um,
I
and
like
then
that. I like that.
and then eventually I got to the point where I could start doing some strength and conditioning training, very light stuff at first, and I
Mhm.
was able to build up as I got stronger. But yeah, it was a
Well,
lot of PT.
yes. Well, when I took the job at Harrah, I watched film and YouTube before I took it, and this young lady, number 4 here, she plays one speed and one speed only, and that is hard and all in. And so, if you've never seen Meredith play, you get a chance to watch play. Anyone that's listening and watching, this young lady goes in. If there's a ball on the floor, Meredith doesn't know anything but just to get on the floor and scrap for it. So we all kind of cross our fingers when she does that, but that's just Meredith. That's how she plays,
Yeah.
and she's strong willed person that plays all in, and so when she says she's rehabbing, I mean she's rehabbing, she's all in, and remind people now your GPA again.
4.0.
4.0. I
Yep.
mean, 4.0, and missed on school a little bit, but that's okay. I mean, she's smart enough to make it up, and we stayed under the 10 days, so we were good.
Yes.
And but smart student, and again, a lot of mental stuff going on in the head with the injuries and trying to keep
Mhm.
up with everything. So again, just hands up, just top of the hat to you. I mean, for what you do and what you put in. Let's talk a little bit. What was your first thought? I mean, when you kind of got injured the second time, I mean, you have that choice. Now, I believe, if I remember right, depending on what happens, you still got a little cleanup to do after high school, right?
Yeah, well, I actually have issues with the other side too. So I have to probably eventually get my whole left side done. First time it was right side, next time
Oh my
other side.
man, just tell them to go ahead and just put like mechanical parts in for you,
Yeah.
so that way when you get older, you have to have hip replacement. You already got it done.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be
Right.
like our weather lady now, huh? Cold
Yes.
weather comes in, and man, it's gonna snow today. I feel it.
Yep.
I feel it in my bones. So, well, I mean, when you're going through that after that first setback, and you're going into that second setback, and you have all these scenarios, what's your thought? I mean, like, should I go through this, or should I go? I mean, should I do this again, or should I just go ahead and just say, tap out and be done? I mean, what was
Yeah.
your thought? This, what, I want to go through this again, and I want to play. I want to play basketball, and I'm assuming you're gonna play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do these things my senior year, at least my senior year.
Yeah, well, it was honestly a shock, because you always, growing up, you see people get injured, like teammates and stuff, but you never really think it's gonna happen to you. And then when it
Hmm.
does, it's kind of like a hard pill to swallow. You're like just in shock that can't even process that you're going through this. So after that first time, I was just so ready to get back out there, with my girls, with my
Hmm.
team, play for my coaches. Um, and so I feel like I was really like on edge the whole time trying to get back out there, and I feel like not that I rushed it because it was something that was probably gonna have to be done either way, that second surgery or third surgery.
Right.
Um, but I feel like I was just so ready, and that second setback was really like kind of did me in. I was really upset about it.
Hmm.
But I just kept reminding myself that it's all part of the plan. It's only gonna make me stronger, and that like this is what I want to do. I'm gonna set my mind to it. I'm gonna put in all the effort I can to get back out
Hmm.
there for this one last time with my girls.
Right. So
Yeah.
a lot of faith based.
Hmm.
You know, I mean,
Yes.
you know, did you have anything like motivation wise, scriptures or anything like that to kind of look forward? I mean, look into it and say, you know
I
what?
mean, yeah. There's a
Did you have
lot.
one? Do you have one in particular?
I mean, the one that everyone knows, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That one, I mean, it's just very, very common verse, but that one really
Very
just speaks
powerful.
to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit. When you're going through your rehab and you're going through things, I've been through all my process, and
Hmm.
I'm not saying I'm a doctor, but I pretty much know what I'm putting in my body. So
Yeah.
during your process of that, did you learn anything about? And I always ask about nutrition. Now
Hmm.
you can stretch more. I mean, what did you learn on about your body? And I mean, obviously you're going to have another surgery, so these are something that you're going to have the rest of your life.
Hmm.
Did you learn anything nutrition wise? Were they like no Dr. Pepper or anything like that?
Well, being like a multi-sport athlete my whole life, I had a lot of freedom with like the food I ate and stuff. Didn't really think about it that much. And then that point where I just stopped playing, like no more. I really had to watch what I ate. I was
Yeah,
like bedridden, so I wanted to
yeah,
eat all the junk because I was upset. But yeah, I tried to really take accountability for that and only put good things in my body because I needed to
yep,
build muscle, lots of protein, get stronger so I can come
yep.
back a little faster. Yeah.
See, that's what I said. People don't understand. Like you're eating, like you look at stuff and you go, well, it has a lot of carbs but no protein.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I got to build on my muscles. And let's talk about last night, senior night. How did it feel to start with the girls?
Yeah, it was really bittersweet because, it's really hard watching, but all I wanted to do was get out there and play with them again this last time. But it was hard because this is the last time, I'm not going to get to play basketball with these girls the rest of my life. So it's
Right,
definitely bittersweet.
mom and dad cry. I didn't look in the stands. Were they tearing up?
I didn't look either. I didn't want to look because it'd probably make me cry too.
Dad probably was like,
Yeah.
so. Well, you're going. Where are you going to go next year?
Right now the plan is to go to OU. I plan on majoring in health and exercise sciences.
Okay.
And after I graduate with my bachelor's in that, I plan on going to PA school. So hopefully I can
Okay.
help, people like me going through similar surgeries and injuries and stuff.
Well, you definitely got the experience. You're qualified. Just
Right.
your resume already qualifies just with experience, and you probably know a lot of things already. Just going to class, like, yeah, I already know that. I already know.
Yeah.
Been that, done that, did that one. So, well, I mean, let's a little bit talk about any encouragement that you can give young ladies that are coming back from an injury. I mean, anything that you want to share as far as encouragement.
Yeah, I mean, just keep your head up, know that this is making you stronger, even though some days are really hard. You just have to keep pushing through. Like give it your best effort, even when the days are hard. Just remind yourself that this doesn't define you. It's a big part of who you are, but it's not the only thing that you are. You are more than your sports and your injuries and all the things. Yeah, just keep your head up and know that everything happens for a reason. It's all part of a bigger plan.
Go rapid fire. All right. So I'm gonna ask you
Okay.
questions. Boom, you're answering them off. Okay, real quick. All right. I've got to ask. I know when I took the job, I was said number 4 was Meredith. So why number 4?
Actually, there's not a really specific reason. In middle school when we were picking numbers, because there's a lot of girls in middle
Yeah.
school basketball. That was like the only open number. Looking back now, I know that there's a couple different girls that went through Harrah. Logan Collier, she's quite older
Hmm.
than I am, but she was a great ball player. And then Katie King, I think she went to
Yeah.
SNU last year. She's also a great ball player, and I was pretty close with them when I was younger. So yeah, I guess that's part of the reason.
What do you have a favorite sports movie?
Hmm. That's actually a tough one. Probably The Sandlot. I know it's a baseball movie,
Oh
but I
yeah.
love that movie. I've grown up watching it a lot,
Mm,
so that's a good one.
yeah. Yeah. Sandlot's a great movie. It's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. You're going somewhere for your senior. I don't know. You may already have it planned. Where are you going for senior trip?
We do not have it planned yet, but it's been in the works. I'm hoping that we decide on the beach somewhere, anywhere with
Mm-hmm.
the beach. I would really like that. Get some sun.
Yeah. You and your girls?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I know we all have kind of different summer schedules. Some of them are going to play ball, so they got to get in
Mm-hmm.
the gym and stuff. But hopefully, we can find dates that work out for all of us.
Now, who you rooming with in college?
Allison Price, my best
Allison
friend,
Price. All right.
one of my
What
many
about
best.
What about Landry?
Oh, she's living at home. She's not
Oh, I
living in the
thought
dorms anymore
no,
than
she's
she
not.
has to.
You already got your dorm room where you're staying and everything?
We did like the contract, but we haven't picked yet. You don't pick until closer to summertime, I think.
That's when it hits mom. When
Yeah.
she's got to move you into your dorm room. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's a tough close the door behind, I mean,
Yeah.
especially her baby, Now Landry might
Mm-hmm.
have been a little different, but her baby now, so that's a little different. So, well, let me ask you, what are you going to miss most about being a Lady Panther?
Lots of things. I'd say probably most is the relationships. I'm definitely gonna miss my other five seniors, Sailor, Allison, Brooke, Maggie, and Katie. They're
Hmm.
some of my best friends, and then all the younger girls too. I'm really blessed this season. I feel like we have a really great team and a lot of. I feel like they're all my sisters.
Yeah,
Really great girls. And then my coaches, you and Coach Allen, Coach Schwartz, even though I haven't seen her in a while, but I miss
yeah.
all
Coach
y'all.
Schwartz should be around playoffs. She
Good,
keeps up
good.
with us. She texts me and goes, "Y'all are doing good. I keep up with that." She's still in sports use, and when we send stuff out in
Good.
sports use, she knows.
Yeah, we
So
miss her a lot.
yeah, we'll try to get her in playoffs a little bit. I mean, she's having
Good.
to take care of her daughter. So,
Right.
well, last question: what do you do with your spare time when you're not rehabbing, you're not playing soccer, you're not playing basketball? What does Meredith Williamson do with her free time?
Well, I like to read. I like to watch movies and shows. I like to bake, but probably the most common thing is hanging out with my friends. We always go out to eat or something. We're always
Yep,
eating.
you always do. It'd be like 10 o'clock, 10:30 at night, and y'all are like leaving the gym talking about y'all gonna go eat somewhere. And I'm like,
Yep.
what? Of course, if you're carrying Brooke Rob with you, you better make sure you have a lot of food because that young
Right.
lady can eat. I'll never forget when I took Brooke to go eat at Chick-fil-A one time. I don't know if you were with us that time or not.
I was.
She was like, "You done with those fries? You done with that?" Like,
Yep.
sure. I mean, that's
That's
like my
her.
first time taking her somewhere. I'm like, does this girl always eat like this? And yeah, yeah, coach, she does. Well, again, it's a great story that you have coming back. Well, let me get back to cooking. What are you gonna make? What are you baking?
I love to
What's your
bake
specialty?
cookies. Chocolate
Only
chip
bake cookie?
cookies. That's my
Chocolate
favorite.
chip cookie.
It's
What books you
basic,
read?
but I like to read a lot of fantasy books. It's kind of
Okay.
like a little escape. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah.
All right. That's good. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
don't read anymore. You don't do no audiobooks, do you? You just read. You read, right?
Nope. I just
All
read.
right.
Sometimes I read on my little Kindle, so it is kind of like going on
Okay.
an iPad or something. But I do like actual books too.
Okay. I got kids that are sitting there listening. What are you doing? I'm reading a book. No, you're listening to a book. You're not reading. You're listening to a book. So, well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Is your time to give a shout out to anyone?
Well, my whole basketball team, all those girls, I love them. My coaches, you and Coach Allen.
Thank
My
you.
parents, big supporters, even through it all, the whole process. My sister, literally everybody in my life. Shout out to you.
There you go. That's what it's for. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Meredith, the thing is that you have a great story and you're going to be in the profession that's going to help other young ladies that are rehabbing us. So when you become a PT, some athletes are going to come in like, I just want to give up. And you're going to have a great story. As coaches do, we share to you. you're going to have that as your own little coach in that PT world that you're going to be sharing with some young lady who's like ready to give up, and you're going to inspire her in her life to not do that because of the great story and the strength that you had during that time. So I think it'll be an amazing PT when you become that area, whatever profession you do, as far as helping others get back, because you got a great story to share, not just once but twice. So,
Yeah.
Well, Tony J's always like he's big on always giving a thumbs up. So at the time, you're going to give me 2 thumbs up. Boom. You're going to say like and subscribe as we're going to post this on Coach JVick. And then also we are connected with Oklahoma High School Girls Basketball Between the Lines podcast. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Like and subscribe.
All right, Meredith. Thank you for your time. And looking forward to having playoffs. Good luck in playoffs. Obviously, good luck to us. Yes. And I can tell you, I enjoy coaching you. You are an amazing story. And I'm glad that I got a chance to be blessed with a young lady like you, because you are definitely one to remember. If I had an award for perseverance and strength and courage, it'd be the Meredith Award. And we just shorten it down to Mayor. We just be like, the Mayor Award goes to, but you're always gonna be somebody that I can remember as coaching. So I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
See ya.